Okay, here's a little lighthearted one today. Nobody likes Ted Cruz. Nobody. Even his own daughter seems to throw him under the bus here today. We're going to check in with Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks as they take a poke at Ted Cruz. And it's kind of fun. Let's take a look.
Tonight is an incredible night. A huge victory here in Texas. And I believe, and I hope and pray that Donald Trump will be reelected as President of the United States.
We're going to show you that again because you may have missed the facial expression of one of Ted Cruz's daughters who doesn't seem to be much of a fan of Donald Trump. Let's take a look.
And I believe, and I hope and pray that Donald Trump will be reelected as President of the United States.
I love it. That was his 16-year-old daughter. Her name's Carolyn. And look, I'm not surprised that she feels some animosity toward Donald Trump. Remember, Donald Trump is the person who effectively called her mother ugly. And then her father basically kissed Trump's ass after that. I would not take kindly to that either, Cenk.
Yeah. So first, I want to be clear. Carolyn Cruz is 16 years old. At this point, she's just a civilian. Don't get on her for either side, okay?
She's an American hero.
Okay, we think so, right? But I just want everybody to be clear. Like, she is not fair game. Okay, Ted Cruz is fair game. Donald Trump is fair game, etc. Okay, so it's.
I just want to jump in here real quick and reinforce that. I agree.
A fun little moment for us. It was cathartic to see her do that because that's how a lot of us feel about Donald Trump. Let alone if you're in the Cruz family and he called your mom ugly.
Exactly.
Right? So
yeah, I mean, look, forget how you feel about politics or political figures. I mean, if someone on a national scale attacked my mom like that, I would never forgive them, right? Like I couldn't. So, I mean, imagine how she's feeling about that. So I would venture to say that's part of the reason, at least, that she feels some disdain for Donald Trump. But,
yeah, and if you remember, she's saying don't clap for that to her mom.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And her mom's the one that was insulted by Donald Trump. And then her dad is the one that had no honor because he didn't defend her. Oh, right, yeah.
Let's talk about. Look, on one hand, someone who wants to run for public office because they want to, better the country, they want to serve the people, that is admirable. But in doing so, they are dragging their family members into it. And I think that is the most, that's the biggest disincentive in my view of running for public office because like for someone like me and you, right? Like we're so used to being attacked, like I wouldn't mind it when it's directed toward me. But you know that people are gonna be looking into your family. You know that people are gonna wanna see your family. You're gonna have to drag them to your rallies and speeches and all. I don't wanna do that to my family, but there's no choice. I wish it wasn't the case. I wish people, like, why do people care? I don't need to see his family on that stage.
Yeah, I hear you. Look, I'm more torn about it. I think it's part of the nature of the enterprise, but then no good people will go in if they think that their family is going to be criticized, etc. And I want good people in politics.
Exactly.
And not just the Ted Cruzes of the world. So I think it's a tough thing. But that's why we have the rule here of don't criticize anyone that's family members under 18. Right? They're grown men like Hunter Biden and Donald Trump Jr. have at it, Hoss.
And they're involved
and they're involved in politics, etc. But you got someone like Barron Trump who is not involved in politics, or name any of the Democratic kids, Sasha Malia, right?
Yeah.
I know that was a little embarrassing. I thought, okay, anyways, or in this case, Caroline, leave them alone. And then if they want to get into politics when they're grown up, then we have that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Now, she is known for having some disagreements with her very conservative family. For instance, in 2022, she started a now deleted TikTok, or she shared a now deleted TikTok post explaining the differences she had with her Republican senator father. A lot of people judge me based upon him at first glance, she said, but I really disagree with most of his views. Well, I mean, look, welcome to the party. I think most kids disagree with their parents politically at some point, at least.
They better not. Okay, in all seriousness, look, she was 13, man. Like, what sucks is that there's pressure on her to disavow her dad like that when she's 13. I think that's why she made that
Yeah,
video,
I mean,
right?
can you imagine? I mean, young people tend to be far more liberal, especially on like social issues and things like that. And so having a high profile father who is basically a massive lackey for Donald Trump, it's probably going to lead to awkward interactions with your peers. So that's what I'm talking about when I say, you know, there is some level of discomfort and inconvenience for the family members of those in elected office or those running for elected office. It shouldn't discourage people, but I don't know, man. I'm just so protective of my family. Like I just couldn't do it.
You know, I also think that that's I don't know anybody in America who wants that, right? I mean, the political discourse has become so vitriolic, so oppositional, that we can disagree on the most passionate, on the strongest of terms about policy and what's the best way forward and what is and isn't a problem that needs to be fixed per se. But it has... You know, and I will pick a side and I will point out that Donald Trump in particular glorifies or relishes the ad hominem, straight to the gutter, personal attacks on his opponents, which has absolutely driven the discourse, further into the gutter. But I don't know that anybody wants that. Even people who voted for Trump in exit polls say, you know, I don't like his potty mouth. I don't like the things he says, even though I vote for him and I think he's got the right way forward. Yeah, that's just another symptom of where we've gotten in our politics. I wish there was a snap your fingers easy way to get back out of it.
Wow. Okay, I hear you, but I don't want it to stop good people. And even if their dad is the head of the House Slytherin, still don't attack the kids. Okay.
Yeah, Jake. No one's gonna. Our audience is not going to attack the kid.
No, I know.
You already said it 12 times. We're going to be okay.
I know. Certainly not our audience, but I'm saying it in general because I'm afraid that MAGA is going to get mad at her. Right,
yeah, they might, but I mean, that would be pretty pathetic for them to go after a 16-year-old girl for not liking their preferred candidate.
Okay, now we're perfectly clear on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a little puff piece. It's a little fluffy one. I agree with Cenk Uygur that we should not be attacking people's kids. I don't think we really should be attacking each other, but I don't see any way out of that. Anna Kasparian and Cenk are really great. I like watching them on the Young Turks. Let me know what you think. I mean, this isn't a real deep thought piece, but maybe just your thoughts about the political discourse in general, right? Like, what good does it do to sling mud? And is there anything we can do to kind of get back to focusing on the fact that we agree on more than we disagree on, right? We're not red states and blue states. We're Americans. And in general, we all want to make the country a better place for all Americans. And yet, you know, we find ourselves in this position where we're feeling like there's going to be a civil war, you know? Let me know in the comments.